backy and some real lower back with some good mornings, which has been extremely neglected. So we got to do that. Hello, boys and girls. We are here. We are live. And it is that time again, mealtime. It's the fun thing about off season is you usually always just a little something in between your meals. Mukbang. We got to do that with Danny.
Definitely.
Before we flip it and get too deep into this prep.
Mukbang, right?
Mukbang.
Well, you can eat.
Mm-hmm. With Breon, it's going to be great to see him 210, 212.
You allowed to eat?
He's down.
When's Florida? December?
November.
November. They're in it. They're about to be in it.
I think it's 13, 14 weeks.
Yeah, okay, so they're right. We're about to be in it.
You going, Mo?
Yeah, I'm gonna take my fast. She's off right now.
Who caught the live today on TikTok?
See, you're multitasking.
Sorry about that today, guys. I am eating Piedmontese steak, 10 ounces of steak, and 1 pound of potatoes. So well over 60 grams of protein and 80 grams of carbohydrates. And it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Fifth meal of the day. Who's going to the Olympia? Ask those questions here, guys. Jeffrey, start us up.
So we've got for the people that are asking about the shirt, link is right here. DJ wants Total Recall.
I guess we can get back to finishing that up.
Almost.
We're back in it.
Almost.
Thanks for saying that.
Anyone notice that Billy Gunn towers over Mike? Hey, you guys.
I do. I noticed that the very first time I met that man. I love that. There's because people meet me and they go, "Holy cow, you're a big guy." And then I meet these guys like Billy, my friend Shad, Aaron Reed, especially Billy though, because Aaron and Shad are tall guys, but Billy is like hands and feet and head, just a big human. And so wrestling with him or tying up with him, you just like, okay, whew. And then there's that other level, like Big Show.
Big feet. Unlike
Unlike Bobo with his size 9, like that guy right there, size 9 shoe. Holy cow. Let Jeffrey ask the questions here. Jeffrey's going to give me those heads up for anybody that's thinking about starting prep. So I started prep the other day, and so we're into this. So that means diet change, training slight change, and the focus changes, which is great. The focus is a great thing that changes because you get excited. Go for it.
Tina Zimmer, how many times a week do you train calves? And do you recommend the same for a bikini/wellness athlete? Great in that shot.
Well, so I can't see what you look like, but calves are an interesting muscle. For bodybuilders, obviously, they could be as big as you possibly can. It will never be, they won't do this. They won't go, holy sheesh, your arms are too big for your body. They'll do that, but they'll never say, oh, your calves are too big for your body. So it's one of those muscles that can be so developed. And one thing that I noticed is that for girls, man, it is all about those girls' legs and calves. And so again, if you don't have calves, I definitely recommend training it more frequently because of the type of muscle it is. It is so dense. So I give a recommendation is you can train that muscle up to 5 times a week on an exercise, doing 5 sets of 20. Take that one and try that out for a month and watch the development in your calf. Good question. And especially it was pinpointed towards you women for competition and stuff. So that was a good thing. Thank you for that question.
Your IG live just went off.
I'm going to get it back on here. Just responding to some text real quick.
My chemo levels are high. Anything to do when protein levels are too high? You know what chemo levels are?
Hemoglobin.
Ah,
I'm assuming that's what he's trying to say. Yeah, I would recommend making sure that you talk to a professional, find out what's going on. Is it your proteins or the breakdown of your proteins? Are you working out too much? You overtrained? Any of those kind of things. Dehydrated. But again, what I like is that you guys, all of you, will be able to talk to an expert, an actual expert, starting as late as next week. So that is great news for you guys because that's what I really want you guys doing is make sure the nutrition's on point, make sure your training is good, make sure that your health is good. And if you do have those kind of questions about your blood markers, you got to talk to somebody that's a professional in the field, seriously respected. That's what I want for you guys. So we trained today. We trained yesterday, 2 body parts a day. You guys know that we're doing power bodybuilding. So we trained 2 body parts yesterday. Today was fun. Got some deadlifts. Did you see the live? If you did, then you could see things got a little
passionate.
Passionate's a good word. Things got a little passionate. But it also is going to be a great video, I think, at the end of the day, because it will also teach you, especially for me right now, because I am number-based right now. As long as my numbers go to the position that I need them to go, then I know that these next 4 weeks are right, and I'm putting on that muscle. Calories are great and easy to follow, precise. And what I'm speaking about is just knowing that what your weeks have to march up to. But we saw somebody that is not number-based right now.
Okay, I was going to ask that.
Yeah. So I'm number-based. So I need to get these numbers that I'm going into the workout, or at least close to, or see where I am and then adjust from there. But if you're going into the workout like somebody that joined us today, and it wasn't, I don't think he had a number in his mind, right? When he came in.
Maybe an expectation.
I don't even think that.
Okay.
The only reason I say that is because I think when he saw the rest of the people lifting and he saw what they were doing, now,
The bar was set.
yeah, if that person is doing this, if this person is doing that, and I'm over here doing something completely different, not even close to you guys, this is not good. I hope that makes sense to you guys. I think that was a very articulate way to put it. So the person that came to train with didn't have a number walking in my belief. Jeffrey thinks an expectation, but it got heightened because of the crowd.
Well, now that you said that,
Do you agree with that? Okay, so he agrees with that it got heightened because of the crowd. I think when you go into a gym and you see those numbers and you start watching people, don't get sucked into what their numbers are. Do what you can do. And I think today the guy got sucked into what others were doing, especially like maybe even Mona. And then it threw him off. And I don't want that for anybody. I want you to come in, do your numbers, do the best you can.
Mona will throw everyone off.
Well, it does.
Mona will throw everyone
She'll either you check yourself, which I liked that she did do that because I was like, okay, I'm going to plate and a half her, which motivates me. And then Bobo, I had to hold back because he didn't care what he did. He just wanted to lift it. But Mona did I think that was a PR for Mona because she did 5 at 285.
Clean.
A clean. There was no.
You couldn't spot a break in the form.
Nah, that back was solid the whole time. There was never a drag to it.
Didn't hitch it. Didn't crank the back.
Yeah, the
Perfect.
speed. It was never questioned.
And she ripped it up.
That was nice. And then Jeffrey did his form, which was an explosion. Coming out of the hole felt great.
Easy.
No hiccups, nothing in.
Like
Nothing
I said,
pulling?
Nothing pulling. I didn't feel one particular thing. I felt everything.
Yeah. Did you guys hear that? So we're just talking about deadlifts and if you're feeling like something in the back or in the legs or anything like that. And Jeff was saying he felt nothing hiccup, but he felt his whole body stressing, which you should. I mean, obviously there's a difference between your body stressing and flexing through the lift compared to you feeling like there's something like wrong with the knee or the back. There's some kind of pain. Any more questions there?
Just bought the red shirt. So excited to throw that on tomorrow. Oh yeah.
I love it. The red one is,
Baby don't
oh,
hurt.
baby, don't hurt me, red one. I'm just looking at these questions over here. Got nothing, guys. Feel free to ask questions for you guys.
Oh, where did this one go about his brother? Same thing. This is a thing.
Okay.
My brother wants to go to the gym. He's 49 years old. He thinks he's too old to go there. I want to convince him. Could you give some advice?
Yeah. Okay. So the question is, this is great. You got these two brothers, and one brother is trying to convince his 49-year-old brother to go to the gym. But the 49-year-old sounds like it's like, what's the point? I'm 49. I'm past my prime. And again, for you guys, if you do any kind of in-depth studies or reading, you'll find that there's guys that don't start lifting until their 50s or 55 that make tremendous progress for themselves. And one I always go back to, because it's an easy one to find, is Chris Duffin's training partner, who started lifting at 54 and is now the Masters champion. And he's, I think, close to 65, 70. So imagine that. Imagine where he is now. So like anything, you can always get better. Here's my piece of advice. You do need to talk to him and go, if he's 73, I love that.
73.
And his bone density is now better at 73 than it was at 50. So I know that his study they did on this guy. So again, if you heard me, the guy is now 73 and he started lifting when he was about 54, right around that range. And now he's the Masters champion.
74.
Good age, great age. He's living his true life. And then for your brother, I would say this, man, the alternative of not going to the gym is just deterioration. So, I mean, you got one way to go or another way for anybody that's here. You got one way to go or another. So if you're going to be doing this, you've got to be consistent. You've got to stay with it, but you've got to start. You've got to start regardless of what your age is. And you can get better at any age. You will get better. You're going to the gym, or you're going to get worse if you don't go. So keep that in mind. What do you need to get a trademark? Did you get a trademark for your power bodybuilding? Huh. We will go into that.
Yeah. On your channel via the YouTube Shorts. Pretty fun.
Oh, great.
They like the shorts a lot.
Okay, we'll continue to do those. We will continue to do those.
Got a bunch of good ones today from deadlifts.
We'll make sure to put those up.
Do you enjoy banded barbell exercises, or do you find them effective? I get a better mindful muscle connection.
I like banded. I do not find that I get a better connection. It's just a different kind of movement, because if you're going to use a band for a deadlift, maybe the bottom is easier and the top is heavier because you've loaded it up and there's a band on it. They're fun though. They're fun and it's great implement in for power. Like we just did some squats the other day and we did partials. And so that's a great one with partials and bands. You really load it up to overload that top position. I'm curious on this one. Keep going. I'm 50. What kind of questions you guys got over here?
Maybe sweet. 74th birthday. Pulls 524. They're double.
So you guys at home, look at this.
Try to pull it up on YouTube in a moment.
Can you see that, guys? So this 74, 525 deadlift, which I think is awesome. Oh, it's pretty too.
Ripped it.
Shoo! What a savage. That's great. 74 years old, still pushing it, still kicking butt. Love that, guys. What questions you guys got over here?
Hey, Mike, just started my cut. A whole lot of fat around my waist. Just wondering, any tips on getting rid of them?
Yeah. So the question was, somebody started his prep. I like that word, prep. So he's on this 12-week plan right now. He's got fat around his waist, which is going to make me think that either he has high estrogen or he has fat everywhere, and just the waist one is the one that's bugging him. And can I recommend anything? Was the final statement, or is he asking to spot reduce?
Just tips.
Yeah. Just stay on your plan. Your plan is set up. You don't start prep. Nobody starts a prep without having a game plan, right?
Right.
You got your 12 weeks set up. You know what you're doing. You know that the start of the prep, you got the right amount of carbs and fats, proteins already put in there. You have your body. This is a big one. You have your body at the ultimate optimized position to where your body's working with you. Does that make sense to you guys? So I'll say it again. Your body has to be working with you when you start your prep for anybody and everybody. So that means like you checked your blood markers, everything's good there. You're not, like I said, if he's just worried about his waist, that might mean that he has a high estrogen. And so that should have been taken care of prior to this. Or he has low T, which is causing the high estrogen. But you got to make sure that the body is ready to work with you. And so then you did what you had to do for the months prior to your prep. So you made sure, it's like anything, like just think of a sports car. They fill it up with gas. They make sure they got brand new tires on there. The engine is just spiked up to the ultimate because they know as soon as they start, they got to go, and they got to go until the end of the race. And so that's kind of, I don't know why I use cars, but it's a good metaphor for you guys to understand. When you start your prep, your body has to be working. And how do you know your body's working? Well, you know that it is because you're eating carbohydrates. You're not gaining any weight. Your body's using them. You're taking in a good amount of protein because your strength has gone up this last couple months. You're sleeping well. You're taking your supplementation. And you realize that as soon as you change up some of those foods to start the prep, your body's just going to out the gate and start slicing and dicing. One thing that I do is I always make sure that I'm getting those good carbohydrates like pasta or breads, potatoes, those kind of off-season carbohydrates to make sure my body is using those. and it's got no issues. Make sure I got my steaks in there. Stay away from the fish when I'm off season. So that's some of the stuff to set your body up to make sure you're working right. There's a lot of ways to do that too, and just making sure that you're checking in on the Titan crew, and we can sign to see where you're at, where your strength is going. And so the advice here is you look at your 12-week plan, make sure that is lined up from the beginning to the end to the best of your ability right now. And yes, it might change, and it might change minutely as we go every couple of weeks, but at least you have an understanding of what you're going to do, and you have enough calories that you can cut down on. You have taken your training down to a base amount to where you can add to it now. So those are all the tools that we want to use during the prep, but not off season. Does that make sense? Do you guys, Jeffrey, you want to add to that?
No fish. No fish involved.
No, I don't like the fish. I like knowing that I can go to that lean protein later. Yeah, all that kind of stuff. I like knowing that I can add in extra sets to arms. I can add in extra exercises to legs. I can add in extras to each body part, and that will help me cut more as I'm going. But if I'm already, think about that. If you're already at an hour of cardio, you're already down to low carbohydrates, you're already working out 2 hours a day, 6 days a week, and then you go, hey, now I'm going to start cutting. You ain't cutting much because you have nowhere to go. And that's what I'm trying to say. Make sure that you're on the off season, setting your body up. And I think we talked about that today. And I think we got to, speaking of short reels for YouTube, we talked the difference about someone setting up on the deadlift to do the form or the exercise compared to checking himself and doing it in a way that he makes sure his body doesn't have hiccups, injuries, weaknesses as he does it. So my understanding to this is, can I do the exercise without hurting myself? And is my body okay? And then I'll do the form. Great question, though. Going back over here just to see if there's any questions. Jeffrey, you can ask as well.
Yeah, see what they got in there. We just got any question box.
Okay. Can I be like you? Of course you can. What's the best shoulder exercise? Hey, thanks, guys. Great. Here we go. Okay, so I got a couple questions here on Instagram. These are great. Do you have any tips for a 13-year-old who's trying to grow muscle? So at 13, that nutrition is the ultimate task at hand right now. Relative to, I know that you might think that weightlifting should be number one, but it's the nutrition at 13 that should be number one. And that's my best tip for you guys. And that's what helped me get to the size. Oh, exactly. I'm around 272. So this is what helped me from 13 to 15 to get to, by 15, I was 272. And it was the nutrition that got me there. Yes, I trained. But it was secondary because there was another 30 guys that was training with me at the same age, but none of them grew like I grew through that puberty stage. None of them did. It's because I had the food that was so on point at that age that helped me really get to my full potential. Or I like to think my full potential by 15. So for you 13-year-old right there, make sure the food is on point, and then this training second. Another great one. What is the best shoulder exercise? I love presses. Shoulder press, dumbbell press, probably one of the great exercises for power and strength. But side laterals are incredible for that shape. And then the forgotten muscle, the rear delt. I would recommend for you youngsters to really focus on the rear delt after you do a shoulder press, or start with rear delts. It is such an underdeveloped muscle for so many people. There you go.
Let's get this one right here.
Yeah.
From Alexis. Hello, Mike. Is keto diet the best to dry? Keto diet or paleo? I don't know if he means try or to try out. Anyways, keto diet or paleo? Can I have 0 carbs all year and still
Ooh.
have energy to train with fat instead of carbs?
I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't. That's one of my big pet peeves. I would never want to teach my body not to use carbohydrates. So for me, no. It's going to always be a good balanced meals, using carbohydrates, proteins, and a moderate amount of fat is always the best diet. The best trick diets to lose weight for a period of time. Yeah, you could do keto. You could drop your carbs. Anybody that drops carbs, you're going to drop water weight from the start, and then you're going to drop weight. Except the only thing the unfortunate part is a majority of the people that do that, they just become a smaller version of themselves when they were bigger. And I don't want that for you, because I think healthy skin as you diet down is such a important part of this. So that's just my 2 cents. But you know what they talk about is whatever diet you'll stay with is the best. Yes, that's great on losing weight, but remember, how you lose weight is how you're going to have to stay there. Okay, so it's not like you can do a keto diet and then at the end you go back to carbs, you're going to blow back up. So I just watch out for that kind of stuff. Watch out for you teaching your body to be an undercover diabetic in a sense. So next one. You guys can keep going here. Ask those questions right there down below. And that was a great, the 13-year-old that did that. That was a great question for you. Smart kid.
Feeling stuck near the bottom of my squats. How can I best build strength in that position?
Yeah, Anderson squats. Anderson squats is probably the best to build strength in the bottom position. All right, so we answered what is the best shoulder exercise. 13-year-old.
Was that IG?
Yes, sir, it is IG. Just looking to see if we got anything good here. So somebody says, so a lot of these people want to do cardio while they're bulking. So stay up on the research for these things, guys, about the cardio. Remember, weightlifting is always better. So if anything, just do 2 weightlifting workouts a day instead of weightlifting and cardio. Okay. Save the cardio for when you start slicing and dicing, not when you're bulking. Try to get your strength up. It just changes the body. It's such a great feeling. Jeffrey, we got anything?
Tell us about the 1992 scene. Little gold fence action.
92 was great. It was a great year. Holy shnikes.
Vibe like that.
Vibe was beasts. Everybody knew that there was no such thing as light weights. It was weight for your rep range you're doing. It was a lot of fun. Everybody was fun. Everybody was talking smack and pushing each other. So it was a great time. We had gladiators going at that time. I just came off winning the Natural America, Natural USA, Natural International. Getting ready for the universe again. So it was a great year there. Doing the romance books at that time. So for me, it was back and forth between LA and New York a lot. New York was great back in the early 90s. What the?
Just
Why you walk in and just all jacked like that?
I just came from my walk with the dogs. He's still sleeping.
He's still sleeping. A couple more questions. We're going to finish it up for the day, guys. And again,
A couple good ones.
yeah.
Is there a good alternative for the squat? especially if you have a bad knee. There you go.
Yeah, leg press is great. They got some cool, Smith machine. Maybe try a Smith machine in a different stance as you try to. Here's the thing with the knee. I know that you can do leg press and whatever, but I would take care of the knee and find out what's wrong with the knee and try to heal the knee and get the knee stronger. So I would go a different thing instead of running away. Try to find out what the issue is. All right. And then I'd get treatment on it, do PRP or do some stem cell or some peptides or something to start rebuilding that and get that stronger. How's that sound? And in the meantime, yeah, do leg press and stuff.
What up, bro?
If you got anything, let me know. I'm looking on here.
Let's see what you got there. A lot of why didn't you join the WWF? Why didn't you join WWE?
Couldn't do both. I couldn't do Gladiators, the Topaz romance covers, and do the WWE because they would license my name at that point. Couldn't do everything. Great question though. It's always one of those what ifs, but I'm glad I did the route I did do. Come out on the other end. You know what, too? There's a side note to that, too. It's like there's an art. It's a dance. Great athletes is wrestling, but it is a dance in a sense because you got to choreograph that routine. You got to move through it, and you got to trust your partner enough. I'm glad that I got to do actual real competitions, real fights against hundreds of great athletes through my 27 years of doing Gladiators, Battle Dome, Gladiators again. So I loved the actual real competition. And I didn't even think about that until just now. That's one of those side notes that I got to do real battles and continue to test myself in my 20s, 30s, and 40s. So besides the fame and money that you would get on the flip-flop on which ones you do, I got to do actual real competitions and wrestle and fight against real guys in a real manner. So that was fun. That was fun for me instead of it just being a dance. No offense to them because those guys are freaking badass athletes and some tough ass dudes. But for me, I'm glad I got to do that for myself and do that competitions because it did keep me. It's fun. I love the battles and I love the talking shit during the workouts. And I'm still that guy. And I love Billy Gunn in town and pushing his buttons. I am that guy. So I like that stuff. Mo, when is Billy back?
I believe he said maybe sometime in August, but I gotta check his dates.
Okay. All right.
Like, I have a good question. I'm one of the ones who believe in doing all forms of motion. How can we start with behind the neck presses, for example?
Ooh, yeah. I would use a towel and I would just stretch and start to open it. And so we call them giants or rotations on the rings. And the first time I did a rotation on the rings, because you're not letting go and you're taking your body all the way through and all the way back through. So it's kind of rotating it. So just take a stick too. Take a stick up and over your head. Don't force it behind your head at first. Just keep working it and trying to move your arms and shoulders back and open it is the best recommendation. I wouldn't even start with the exercise unless you got that kind of movement that you can do that. And then the goal would be able to stay safe and continue that for a lifetime. And I was just talking to Clark Bartram about two guys, the Barbarian brothers, Peter and David Paul, that in 1990, I got to do behind the neck presses with them. And then the first time I did a 315 behind the neck press with those two guys. And it was great because those two guys were just savages in those early years. And we'd do reverse bench and all that. But we're still doing that 315 behind the neck press today, 33 years later. So the healthiness is there in the shoulders. And again, it's a test to see how well I can move and push. So start slow. Start slow. We'll do a video. I think we did do one and we shot it. Yeah, I had the broomstick and I was going around and pulling it around my back. But we'll do a better one as we do this slice and dice, because you'll see the flexibility will get ridiculous as I continue to slice down. Go for it, Jeffrey. Did you guys see who's here?
Who's there?
Mona's here. Mona's here.
I am here. Yes, I still have.
What do you got?
Billy, I'm talking to Billy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's like, I don't know exactly when I'll be out there, but I want to make it sooner than later.
Okay. Jeffrey, next one.
Looking for something.
Oh, yeah. Give Jeff a banger. A
Bangers,
banger.
guys. Bangers.
Got any good ones?
Did you watch anime growing up? No. Anime, I don't think was around when I was growing up. When did that start?
It's been around, but in America, it really didn't get going until like 90s.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, it's pouring in the hole.
Sorry, nope.
It's been around for a while. And
I think it's the fun part right now. We just finished up the first 4 weeks of power bodybuilding. And I
I
don't
am
think,
strong.
yeah, we were just talking about, did you
I
get
am
3 or
strong.
5?
With the 285,
Yeah.
I got 3.
Could you have done 5?
Yes.
I knew
yes,
you could have
yes.
done 5. So
I could have done 5.
tell
straight.
me if I'm wrong. That's the strongest you've ever been in 10 years with me.
Yep. Without a, obviously, I've done that weight, but you spotted me. I done 315 with you spotted.
Yeah, but you 315 was me spotting you, and you
Yes.
also dragged it
Right.
because we were talking about today there was no loss of arch.
That's what I've been trying to do for a long time, and you keep busting my balls, telling me how bad my form was for the past 10 years. But
Did
I
you,
feel
did
like
you cave?
I caved.
Did you
I
crush?
finally,
Did you mentally break? Did I break you
It
mentally?
finally clicked. It finally clicked. I
So by
think.
me
So,
mentally breaking you down, you finally got stronger?
yes.
Suspicious. How are you stronger now than 10 years ago?
No.
What do you guys think? And this goes back to the question earlier today. The guy that says 49 years old, trying to get his brother in the gym. Can he get better?
I am 48, and I've been the strongest I have been, and my body, I think it's best.
You're 47. You're
I'm gonna be-
48 in
I'm gonna be
October.
48 in October. Yeah.
So the point is, though, somebody said it is similar to the other day. Is like, can you get better in your 40s or
Yeah.
50s? Of course you
Well,
can.
I've been getting better. Oh yeah, been only getting better. It's no other way. It's not going.
That's so
back
cool
for
to
me.
think, though.
Mm-hmm.
285 today was like seriously beautiful.
It's like,
It was
thank you.
beautiful. It wasn't. I didn't
That's the
see
best
any stress
compliment
from
I
you.
got from you. Thank you.
There was no stress. I didn't see any kind of like, there's sometimes it's gonna happen, and it's fine that you're in the lift and you're like, ooh,
it
you
happened.
that was some grit.
It happened.
There was some But today was like that 285. I thought,
Yeah,
you go
that's
4
good.
more weeks, we put another 30 pounds. You'll
Yeah.
kill 30 pounds.
Yeah.
4 more
Hopefully-
weeks, 30
hopefully
pounds.
315 by myself, 5.
Yeah,
you
we'll
know?
put those numbers in
Yeah.
today.
Mhm.
And go back to the numbers is like I got my new numbers today for the next 4 weeks on power bodybuilding. So fun to get the numbers because you're like, wait a minute, if I do this for these reps for 4 weeks, I can lift this. That's fun for me. And I'm still that kid
Yeah,
at
it's just
14
like-
years
And
old.
you know what? I hate the fact that women out there think that lifting heavy, it's not the best thing to do for older women. That's the best thing you could do, lifting heavy.
I hope not. That's not. The studies show that's absolutely
Oh.
not true. Its truth is that it is the best thing for women
Yeah,
is
that's
to
what I'm
lift
saying.
weights.
Yeah, the
So-
best thing to do.
That's it, guys. I got to get this man out of here. We had fun with you guys today. Thanks so much. And again, you guys are doing great on your questions. I'm really liking that you guys are getting a little better on the questions and stuff. But if I can just grab Logan on here for a second, because this man should always be, let me see if I can go live with, and I sent him a little invite. Let's see if we can get this real true superhero on here, if we possibly can, and give you guys a celebration with this handsome kid, good father, and somebody you should all be following as well. So we're trying to get here Logan over here on the IG to see if we can go live with him. But in the meantime, guys, keep doing what you're doing. Power bodybuilding is fun. Have we got our next Karate Combat date?
I got some dates. I just don't know exactly when we're gonna be there next. Because
Oh,
conflicting.
oh, we got the handsome. Oh, we can see you, man. Makes me happy. Look at this crowd.
Yay!
Look at that.
Hi, fam. Oh, there you go.
There we go. There we go.
Uh-oh.
See that stud?
Yeah. Signal is a little funny. Oh.
Where are you guys on your trip? You got a YouTube? Oh, okay. All right. What is the YouTube channel so that everybody can go follow? The whole family. It's coming in and out. It's okay. You look great, man. We love you guys. Let's get you
I'll be in LA
August 1st through the 6th, LA.
Hopefully you'll be there and we can get something together.
We will definitely do it. Much love.
I'll message you. I'll hit you up.
Okay.
Sorry about the bad service.
It's okay, man.
Hope you
We
guys are doing well. Good to see you, man.
see you,
See you
bud.
later,
See you
guys.
later.
So we'll get some videos with Logan as he's
What
here.
a nice guy, Logan.
He's a
right?
good guy. Yeah. Logan's a fun guy.
Super.
Let's see what else we got. We got Wally's coming into town. We're gonna do this will be fun. You guys get to see the world champ, the 3-time world champion, do his prep week before he goes and does a 4-peat on this.
That's what it is. He's doing the work.
Yeah. So how cool is he's going to be here at the Titan Castle for the week into the Mr. Worlds again. So you'll be able to see the prep all the way in there, and we will film everything, get this out there for you guys on YouTube to see what. And again, we're talking about a guy in his close to mid 40s who looks like, well, is a superhero, both physically, visually, mentally, and emotionally. So that's for you guys. I cannot wait for you guys to see that stuff. That's good. We're going to have some good material here, Jeffrey, for you. And then we got Josh coming in to team up with us, which I'm excited about.
Oh, yeah. It's always good to have Josh.
Even though he hasn't got us the video from a month ago, which
He will.
was supposed to be a 40-second video.
I know. He was
Josh?
so busy.
Josh, get that shit done, dog. All right, last question. Nothing, Jeffrey? What do we have?
Let's see. Favorite forum workout. You know Bobo's favorite forum workout. Oh shit. Mo, you want to take this one?
Go.
Hey Mike, I've been suffering from procrastination and it's really hampering my workouts a lot. Please advise me how to end this severe procrastination once and for all and get back to my regular.
First off, I'd like to say great question. Thank you for doing that.
That's
Mona.
what we-
Why are you sending me like a little pit bull?
we got ready to roll out.
You know, I'm not gonna be mean. I can't. I'm the nicest person in this room right now. So it all becomes what your mindset. I don't think you are mentally what you need to be at this time. So train your
What is
brain.
a tip? What is a tip to get his mind there? Because the thing, in my opinion, he's
Yeah.
reaching out, going, "Hey, I'd like to do this. I'd like to get go," but
But what is he doing about trying to do anything?
he's
Probably
trying to
nothing.
find something. He's
A
trying
motive?
to he's trying to find something
Uh,
that's going to be the spark, the lighting of the match. What is it?
Find a picture of Mike, put it on your refrigerator.
Throw darts at it. And put a mustache on it.
No, don't put a mustache on it. No, I don't like hair. Sorry. I always say this, and it's like really weird the way I come off, but I always say, do you have any friends that you could actually connect with? They're going to drag you out of the house to take you to the gym.
That's a good one.
Yeah, do you have any friends? So let us know, because it all depends who you're hanging out with. If you have people
Call
that-
Surge.
Holy shit.
also,
I like that Mona's idea is call a friend and say, "Hey, you're training. Can I just tag along?"
yeah, you
Stop
need somebody
looking.
to pull you out of your whatever you're going through right now.
Yeah.
You know, it could be a little bit of a not
I don't think you
depression,
need to. I don't think you need to find the spark yet. I think the spark could come after a week of training. I think it could. I don't recommend it doing it that way, but I think right now you're on here, you're watching us. I would love to say appreciate life, knowing that right now you have the ability to drive yourself to a gym and train. You got 2 arms, 2 legs, and you're healthy.
but you know what I would do?
There's
if I
going to
was
be a
him?
time in life where you don't have all that.
We have the Titan crew, right? So he knows if he's on live here, if he's not a newbie, he knows what Titan crew is all about because we talk about it, right? It's the people that are, that we're trying and pushing through the next level and people that support each other. You need a group like that. So if I was you, I would get off the couch, get on the Titan meal plan. That way you have a plan of your nutrition, which is really important. And then get in the Titan crew. That way you could find someone, or you see Mary and all these other guys that we have in the Titan crew. They motivate the hell out of each other. I mean, we've done plans where they actually group themselves. They said, okay, us 3, we're going to be against this 2. And let's see who's doing better on this program. It's like so cool to do. So surround yourself with people like that. You don't have to leave your house. If you don't want to leave your house, you can get online and do that with us. So, I mean, I don't know what else, what else it would be there.
After we get off this live today, his name is
Rock Nation.
Rog Nation. Okay,
Oh,
so it's a
good
minimum
name.
name. Get signed up on Titan Meal Plan.
Yeah.
Pick your workout. I'm going to ask you to go Pro Secrets. Both of our is Jeffrey's already put the link down here.
And then you work out
You're
with us.
set, and then this weekend, put a video on the Titan crew just saying hello, who you are, and everything,
Yeah.
and let's get rocking and rolling. And then the last one is this. Jeffrey,
What's your max push-up?
what's yours?
My max push-up? It's
I don't think you've done a
Mona,
max
what's
push-up.
yours?
The last time I did a max push-up, it was, I would say 15 years ago, and it was 47.
Okay. I'm not in 6th grade, so I don't do push-ups. We work out.
body weight.
Bye, guys.
It's like, yeah, like